I am ready for this. I'm not waiting around. We're not waiting around this time, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Back at Villa Park for the first time since early November, since the very start of it, since the kickoff game. We are back at Villa Park for Aston Villa versus Manchester United. As you can see in the title, it is a relegation 6-pointer. Who would have thought I said that at the start of the season? And it's a tale of two teams here. One side can't really defend leads very well, and the other one just keeps shipping in goals. I'll let you know which one's which. Let you decide at least. So Aston Villa coming off the back of a 2-1 defeat in France last time out. It is their first night game since November. They have yet to play. They've always played at Villa Park at 2 p.m. Meanwhile, Manchester United, they have been all over the place. And I'm not saying that just at the back. It looked stout for a couple of matches, and then it's just turned into a complete flop. You've had 5 goal losses to Galatasaray, 6 goals to Bayern Munich, and then another 3 against Liverpool last week at Old Trafford, losing the Northwest Derby in humiliating fashion. And the team does not get better for Manchester United. In fact, it only gets a bit worse. It's got a bit worse for both teams, actually, since the start of the year. For Aston Villa, let's meet their team, for example. It is a 4-2-3-1 through an Emery side. There we go. All right, Emiliano Martinez captains the side. Tyrone Mings steps in for Pau Torres. And Jacob Ramsey replaces Leon Bailey on the left-hand side. Ollie Watkins keeps Marcus Rashford from facing his former team. As for United, it does, like I said, it gets worse. It's a 3-4-2-1 for Amorim and his men. Onana stays in goal. Mazraoui plays in at centre-back. Harry Armas, 60 overall, and Patrick Dorgu, 65 overrated overall, are on the wings. Bruno Fernandes and Garnacho setting up Rasmus Højlund. No sign of Joshua Zirkzee, who has been their latest goal scorer. And we're getting kicked off straight away here at Villa Park. Villa in the claret, United in the white. Here's Rodgers. It's a big challenge by Eriksen. We United well last time on Primetime, taking out Real Madrid at of all costs. 10 men Real Madrid, to be fair. With a brilliant Bruno free kick. Here is Garnacho, finds Højlund. Goes for goal, and it's blocked immediately. Long ball for Watkins, which is... He's not really the greatest at winning those. And Højlund... Almost in Sevilla, a huge chance there with that shot. Of course, Sevilla are eliminated with a loss tomorrow against Galatasaray, but also if Aston Villa get anything from this game. So a draw or a win, and Sevilla go bye-bye. I don't want this to turn into elitism again. Just like the Premier League has, but we shall see. There's no way I expect like a big team to get relegated, especially the champions, surely. Here's Watkins, chance to change it. And where the market goes. Went too far, no, not threatened. Although Watkins being their main source for goals this year, as he was in their debut season. Here is Boubacar Kamara. Playing at centre-back for a few games this year. Didn't really do the greatest. They conceded 4 to Barcelona. I know that was one. Granted, they were playing with 10 men. Digne wins possession back. Manchester United being very wasteful in possession again. Asensio, he's been a bright spark since joining from PSG on loan. And that's going to be a free kick. They might take it quicker with Rodgers. No, they won't. Digne will try and slam this set piece into the far corner. It's Digne. And Onana equal to it. Harry Master, number 41, wins a foul, actually. So far, no lot going in this opening 15 minutes. Amas. Eriksson. Here is Højlund. Ugarte. Nacho crossing the wings. Amas going to try and beat Cash on his own, and he is on the money. I keep saying that. That's not a cliche, Jack. Nacho. Finds Eriksson. Chance to line one up. Perhaps he finds Højlund in the centre. It's back to Fernandez, and it's straight at the goalkeeper. Martinez gathers those for breakfast. Still looking to play out from the back. It's working well so far. Tielemans with a nice bit of link-up play. Here's Asensio. Ugarte caught out of position. Watkins will find Rodgers on the other side, and Rodgers draws a massive save from Onana. United are very slow at closing down players in this game. Tielemans whips one for Watkins. It hits De Ligt's head instead, and Dorgu will further clear it for United. Danger's not away though. Here is Asensio. Back to Ramsey. Parried by Onana and then gathered by the Cameroonian goalkeeper. Dorgu. Fernandes. Here is Højlund, Ugarte. Either way, a goal either side of this fixture, and that is massive for each team's survival hopes. Of course, Aston Villa fighting for that last relegation spot with Fiorentina at the moment. It is goal difference separating them. Very, very tight. Man United only a point ahead of them. Morgan Rodgers. Runs into the Dutchman. Matthias de Ligt. Nacho. Gotta get something going for United. They haven't played in this kit since Christmas. Ugarte draws in the defender. Højlund trying to get Raskonsa. And that's a bit more like the guy that we saw last season. Ramsey. Big challenge from Højlund. And a throw in for Villa. They'll take it short with Digne. We'll go to Mings. Tielemans find himself in a lot of space in the middle. No United pressure from any of their centre midfielders. Kamara throws it through to Rodgers, and Rodgers, not in his natural position, he's kind of swapped with Asensio. Play goes on, and Garnacho is on his motorbike. Not even just bike, motorbike, the way he's speeding down that channel. And Cash has been drawn out there. Great save by Martinez. And Digne does well just to keep it out of Højlund's grasp. Aston Villa almost got caught cold there. But the dwellers of hell themselves. Tielemans. Here's Kamara. No pressure from United again. That's a waltz through. Finds Rodgers, and that gets through the crowd. And a chance for Ramsey, and that's a double save for Onana. We'll be proud of the reflexes for that one. Last time these two teams faced in the Ultimate League was a 2-1 win for Villa on Primetime. I was not able to commentate because I was ill. Doing much better this year, actually. Tielemans. Ramsey. It's a whip cross, but it's straight into Onana's gloves. It's like he aimed for the poor guy. Amas now acting as a centre-back here. Get it back to Onana. Long passes are plenty for United. Here's Garnacho. Gathering it from deep. And drawing Cash in, and Mings was the last guy of defence there. Last line defence, I should say. Tielemans. Here's Watkins. Trying to get through to Maguire, but I mean, you ain't getting past that fridge that easily. Garnacho. So strong defensive showing from United in the first half, but maybe it could just be because it's Aston Villa. And that is a dangerous free kick, and we know what Bruno was like with these. What can the United captain do with this one? He scored twice in his only 2 primetime matches. Højlund wins the foul again, like he did against Arsenal. Will history repeat itself for a 3rd time? I'll respond to that message soon later. Here we go. He's definitely going for goal there, Bruno. There's no doubt in my mind he is. And that's the fake. Fernandez! Oh! I nearly thought he did it again, you know. But it's just kissed the post. Much to the delight of every single Villa fan in this stadium. That is some effort. But not to be. Rodgers. Tielemans again, back towards Villa, dominating possession. Asensio trying to find it. Watkins again, Delicts, they're covering him. But no one's going after Asensio, and all he goes, waltzing into the box, and now out. And then Maguire will put it behind for a Villa corner. Amadou Onana not being able to face his Onana counterpart in Andre. Digne doesn't even clear the first man. In fact, that was going nowhere but Bruno's head. Digne again. Rodgers, here's Cash, holds it up, looking for Watkins, and Maguire with a big interception. It's going to be a goalless first half, it seems, unless Bruno can take advantage of the counter. Plays into Højlund, and Konsa with a brilliant challenge. He is keeping that Danish man in his pocket. And that is a delightful ball. Rodgers, Watkins, I had fallen asleep, but the shot from Watkins is... That's definitely not the guy that we saw last season. No confidence in that shot at all. And that'll do it as we head into the half-time whistle. It is goalless here at Villa Park. Aston Villa 0, Manchester United 0. Well, Bruno's come closest. Or maybe Højlund has. Nah, it's definitely Bruno. I mean, you can hear the woodwork, didn't they? There probably won't be a lot much to say about this. 7 shots to 6. It's quite an even game, which you would expect in such a tense match like this. No one's really performing out of their skin. One of the goalkeepers are being the heroes of the day. Onana was 6 saves already. I'm not quite sure you need to save that one, which he made a highlight reel save for, but never mind. Can we get a goal in the second half? But nevertheless, Sevilla fans must be panicking. Because they need United to at least score. Because if they don't, Aston Villa will relegate them back to obscurity for the next year. Dorgu. Garnacho. Here is Bruno Fernandes. Garnacho with the ball through, and I think that's come off Højlund's head last. It's a waste of a header. Martinez blasts it into the sky. Watkins takes it down with a lovely touch. Here is Asensio. Ramsey. Maguire. What a challenge that is. Superb. Bruno gets fouled. Advantage being played. Amas. Garnacho again. Looking very lively down this left-hand side. Whips the ball straight through to Tielemans, though. Ugarte was not there to receive. And now Asensio. Back and forth we go. Watkins. He might need some help from Rodgers on the other side. He will. Rodgers trying to work in space for himself. It's found its way to Rodgers, and it takes a heavy touch, and Maguire cleans up. United have a tough time getting them out of their own half here. Here's Dorgu. Again, it's 60 overall and 65 overall on the wings. It's not looking the best for Man United. Ramsey. Still Ramsey, on he goes. It's a gorgeous run, looking for Watkins to the near post, and he chests out of play. We're getting the first event of the match, at least. Tielemans' yellow card for the challenge earlier. Bruno getting the better of his opposite number there. And we've got our first action. 56 minutes is this game. Job well done. Ramsey. Mazraoui. Here's Fernandes. Ugarte. Here's Højlund. Eriksson. No one really wants to make a sub yet. Højlund. Straight into Konto again, and the fans love it. They're loving this performance at least. He's probably my man of the match. Watkins. Here come Aston Villa. Draws Maguire for a momentarily. Gets the 1-2 with Rodgers. But the cross is horrible. I think Tielemans made nearly jump, but then again, why is Watkins crossing outside of the area? Now you're rebuilding their attack. Garnacho into Højlund. Lovely 1-2s. Pass and go, pass and move. We're throwing. And we are going to see a substitution. We're going to see a triple. Wow! Casemiro on, Mount on, and I think... Okay, that's Mazraoui off. Is that Amad Diallo as well? Ugarte's off for Mount. Oh no, it's Kobe Mainu. Casemiro and then... Right, okay. Here's Højlund! Where did that come from? And Manchester United have done it again. The 1-2s versus Garnacho just couldn't stop as we carried on through the substitution. And then he finds a little gap of space from a tight angle and smashes it into the side of the net. Martinez, no chance. And United, with 25 minutes to go, break the deadlock. And Sevilla just have to do their job now. Here's Rodgers, though. Rodgers immediately! I think they switched off. Now the game's coming alive. Champions roar back from the dead. And Morgan Rodgers just does it all himself. Back level in next to no time. The lead lasted just 2 in-game minutes. In our view, it was like 30 seconds. Here's Mainu. Garnacho. I wouldn't say United's substitutions have broke the game into life, but it certainly seems that way. Here's Eriksson. Trying to find Højlund again, and he's gone for the same shot. That one out of reach of the net. And Leon Bailey replaces Jacob Ramsey. I reckon Aston Villa will want to attack down the left-hand side more. Watkins. Kamara keeps it with Villa. Tielemans. Here's Asensio. Rodgers. A lot of space to work with now. And Watkins is played through! Oh, what a save on Nana. Bad to receive now is Rodgers. Tielemans. Into Watkins again! Again! Oh, it's still not there! And then Rodgers again! How has Onana made a triple save? What is going on at Villa Park? Carnage is what is going on. Aston Villa clawing, pushing for that late goal to take them ahead. But United not giving in, especially that man in purple. They go in the corner, looking for Watkins immediately. How the hell has he saved that? Oh, this since conceding on Mount has been absolutely unreal. Dorgu now to Mount, Højlund now racing through. Ball teams against the clock, and Martinez pulls off the save. This is absolutely extraordinary. It's nail biting right now. Onana replaces Tyrone Mings, so I think Villa are going to switch up the formation here. United going to go short with the corner. Eriksson, Christian Eriksen, Garnacho to Mount. This is Harry Maguire. Oh my! If he scored, I would have absolutely exploded into joy. He will win a corner off the knee of Rodgers, who's been absolutely everywhere. His goal keeps Aston Villa in it. And Sevilla are once again staring down the barrel of relegation. In it goes. Digne away. Finds Maguire. And Asensio volley's clear. Hits Mainu, furthest man back for United. Casemiro, first time we've seen him on the pitch. Mount. Højlund. Here's Eriksson. Mason Mount. Eriksson looking for Garnacho. Aston Villa just get there in the nick of time. 10 minutes to go. Who has the edge? Well, maybe neither do, and Sevilla was screwed. One more sub in the wings for United. Dorgu, lovely interception, stopping Villa in their tracks. Eriksson. Here's Højlund. He's got to do his best to keep it away from any claret shirts trying to take the ball away from him. Garnacho from distance! It was ambitious to give him that, and that is his last action as wow, that is Collier replacing him. Bruno off as well. For was that who I think it was? It was Amad Diallo that time. Right. So now he's on the pitch. Toby Collier as flipping captain is ridiculous. Or maybe a glimpse into the future. Asensio, lovely ball. Watkins, he's got Casemiro on the beat. And with his pace, he ain't stopping him. Ollie Watkins got the shot under pressure. Onana gathers a massive opportunity spurned by the champions. And they could be looking to pay for it here. And that's a delicious ball by Mount. Højlund now takes it in stride. Rasmus Højlund. Oh, it's a poor decision. And now Asensio able to work his magic, gets Watkins again. United falling further and further back, and what a challenge by Casemiro to keep the scores level. But suddenly Mount has been dispossessed. Watkins deflected and in Onana's arms. 4 minutes stoppage time for Sevilla to have their season saved. They knew it was out of their hands. And they went out with a blaze of glory, a 7-2 defeat to Bayern Munich. Kane scoring 5, and that well, it'll kill some time for Villa. But it will lead to a dismissal next week for Morgan Rodgers. Off he goes. Morgan Rodgers, Yuri Tielemans, sorry. Just absolutely smashes into Mount. Bye-bye. How can Unai Emery be furious at a challenge like that? You're out of your freaking mind, man. Surely United can snatch it here. Eriksson, long ball. It's not even going to reach Højlund. Bailey will keep it away. De Ligt, his found Ahmad. What a back heel that is. Højlund, chance! Højlund! Oh, what a save, Martinez. And that should be that. Wow. After 65 minutes of nothing, we get 35 minutes of absolute panic. Just wonderful, joyous panic. As an Ultra fan, that was fantastic to watch. At least the last half an hour. But that will mean the end of the road for Sevilla in the Ultimate League. They are officially relegated. Their match on Saturday does not matter. Oh, there we go. Right. I was wondering why I didn't count the substitutions then. The fact is, yeah, Tielemans the only one who got yellow carded on this pitch and was the man who got sent off. That's ridiculous. Højlund is the one that wins the Man of the Match award. I mean, to be fair, that's a really good goal. I don't know if it deserves goal of the week, but then again, I have recorded it, so I could include it. I definitely could include it. Nothing else much to say about it. Hanacho was the one who assisted. Who assisted? It was Asensio, actually. I'll change that one. I thought it was Tielemans. All I could think about was flipping Rodgers with the ball. There we go. So Sevilla are done. Aston Villa 10 points clear, and they've only got 9 possible points available. So that is the end. Aston Villa also a 5 clear away from Gladbach, so that could be by the end of next week another team gone. And all that's left now is to battle with Fiorentina. Fiorentina have got to face the champions at not champions. Well, the former champions, the La Liga, the league leaders at home, Paris Saint-Germain. But then again, they're already on the beach. They've already claimed their supporters' shield, and you can see that with their 4-0 defeat to Barcelona on Monday. In terms of what we have for this week, because we've gone back to a Friday schedule, haven't we? We still have, if I take you through to Saturday, we still have Chelsea versus Lazio, Bayern versus City. That's going to be a very quality matchup. And Atletico Madrid versus Juventus, as well as obviously Galatasaray against Sevilla. Let's go to Sunday, actually. We've got Gladbach against Milan. They're hoping to keep their season alive still. Real Betis versus Napoli. That's going to be a cruncher to watch, as is Benfica versus Leipzig. Spurs will take on Villarreal to end proceedings. And then finally, on Monday, Arsenal take on Real Sociedad. That is a cracker. Unfortunately, I was not able to put that on. Fiorentina obviously take on PSG. Real Madrid take on Newcastle. And Barcelona end things with a Champions League quarterfinal rematch versus Borussia Dortmund at the Nou Camp. Well, at the Olympic Stadium in Barcelona, whatever the heck they call it. I'm sticking a Camp Nou. It's not the same. Alright, I think that'll do it as we finally say so long from Birmingham, England. Yikes. Get me out of this. Good night, everybody.